For the reversible exothermic reaction N23H22NH3 increase of pressure would A. Shift the equilibrium towards right. B. Give higher yield of NH3. C. Both B and C. D. Neither A nor B. The correct answer is both B and C. Which of the following has the minimum value of COP for a given refrigeration effect? A. Reverse Carnot cycle. B. Ordinary vapor compression cycle. C. Vapor compression process with a reversible expansion engine. D. Air refrigeration cycle. The correct answer is air refrigeration cycle. Decreases during adiabatic throttling of a perfect gas. A. Entropy. B. Temperature. C. Enthalpy. D. Pressure. The correct answer is pressure. Pick out the wrong statement. A. Minimum number of degree of freedom of a system is 0. B. Degree of freedom of a system containing a gaseous mixture of helium, carbon dioxide and hydrogen is 4. C. For a two-phase system in equilibrium made up of 4 non-reacting chemical species, the number of degrees of freedom is 4. D. Enthalpy and internal energy change is 0 during phase change processes like melting, vaporization and sublimation. The correct answer is enthalpy and internal energy change is 0 during phase change processes like melting, vaporization and sublimation. Tea kept in a thermos flask is vigorously shaken. If the tea is considered as a system, then its temperature will A. Increase. B. Decrease. C. Remain unchanged. D. First fall and then rise. The correct answer is increase. Change of heat content when 1 mole of compound is burned in oxygen at constant pressure is called the A. Calorific value. B. Heat of reaction. C. Heat of combustion. D. Heat of formation. The correct answer is heat of combustion. Clausius-Clayperon equation is applicable to equilibrium processes. A. Solid vapor. B. Solid liquid. C. Liquid vapor. D. All A, B and C. The correct answer is all A, B and C. In which of the following reaction equilibria the value of equilibrium constant Kp will be more than is Kc? A. Too high H2I2. B. N2O4 2 NO2. C. 2 SO2 O2 2 SO3. D. None of these. The correct answer is N2O4 2 NO2. After throttling, gas temperature A. Decreases. B. Increases. C. Remains same. D. May increase or decrease, depends on the nature of the gas. The correct answer is decreases. The chemical potential for a pure substance is its partial molal free energy. A. More than. B. Less than. C. Equal to. D. Not related to. The correct answer is equal to. When liquid and vapor phase of multi-component system are in equilibrium at a given temperature and pressure, then chemical potential of each component is A. Same in both the phases. B. 0 in both the phases. C. More in vapor phase. D. More in liquid phase. The correct answer is same in both the phases. COP of a refrigerator drawing 1 kilowatt of power per ton of refrigeration is about A. 0.5. B. 3.5. C. 4.5. D. 8.5. The correct answer is 3.5. The number of degrees of freedom for a mixture of ice and water liquid are A. 2. B. 3. C. 1. D. 0. The correct answer is 1. On opening the door of an operating refrigerator kept in a closed room, the temperature of the room will A. Increase. B. Decrease. C. Remain same. D. Increase in summer and will decrease in winter. The correct answer is increase. Domestic refrigerator usually works on the refrigeration cycle. A. Carnot. B. Air. C. Absorption. D. Vapor ejection. The correct answer is absorption. Gibbs-Duhem equation. A states that N1D1 N2D2 NJDJ0 for a system of definite composition at constant temperature and pressure. B applies only to binary systems. C finds no application in gas-liquid equilibria involved in distillation. D none of these. The correct answer is states that N1D1 N2D2 NJDJ0 for a system of definite composition at constant temperature and pressure. Minimum number of phases that exists in a system is 1. Number of chemical species in a colloidal system is A1, B4, C2, D3. The correct answer is 2. The internal energy of a gas obeying PV/RT where B is a positive constant and has a constant CV depends upon its A. Pressure, B. Volume, C. Temperature, D. All ABC. The correct answer is temperature. When a gas is expanded from high pressure region to low pressure region, temperature change occurs. This phenomenon is related to the A. Gibbs-Duhem equation, B. Gibbs-Helmholtz equation, C. Third law of thermodynamics, D. Joule Thomson effect. The correct answer is Joule Thomson effect. The internal energy of an ideal gas does not change in a reversible process. A. Isothermal, B. Adiabatic, C. Isobaric, D. Isometric. The correct answer is isothermal. An system is exemplified by a vessel containing a volatile liquid in contact with its vapor. A. Isolated, B. Closed, C. Open, D. None of these. The correct answer is open. In a PV diagram for an ideal gas, an isothermal curve will coincide with an adiabatic curve through a point when A. CPCV, B. CPCV, C. CPCV, D. CCV. The correct answer is CPCV. For an ideal gas, the chemical potential is given by A. RTDLNP, B. RDLNP, C. RDLNF, D. None of these. The correct answer is RTDLNP. Two substances are in equilibrium in a reversible chemical reaction. If the concentration of each substance is doubled, then the value of the equilibrium constant will be A. Same, B. Doubled, C. Halved, D. 1/4 of its original value. The correct answer is same. In the ammonia synthesis reaction, N23H22NH3 22.4 kilocalories, the formation of NH3 will be favored by A. High temperature, B. Low pressure, C. Low temperature only, D. Both low temperature and high pressure. The correct answer is both low temperature and high pressure. Entropy change for an irreversible isolated system is A. B0, C0, D0. The correct answer is 0. Heat requirement for decomposition of a compound into its elements is that is evolved during the formation of that compound from its elements are the same. B less than, C greater than, D different than. The correct answer is the same. The unit of equilibrium constant of a chemical reaction is the same as that of A. Molar concentration, B. Temperature, C. Internal energy, D. None of these. The correct answer is none of these. Which of the following equations is obtained on combining first and second law of thermodynamics for a system of constant mass? A. dt dsp dv, B. dq cv dt pdv, C. dq cp dtv dp. D TdS dPdV. The correct answer is D TdS pdV. The Joule Thomson coefficient is defined as Tph. Its value at the inversion point is A. B1. C0. dV. The correct answer is 0. Fugacity of a component in an ideal gas mixture is equal to the partial pressure of that component in the mixture. The fugacity of each component in a stable homogeneous solution at constant pressure and temperature as its mole fraction increases. A decreases. B decreases exponentially. C increases. D remains constant. The correct answer is increases. Entropy is A state function. B macroscopic property. C extensive property. D none of these. The correct answer is none of these. In the reaction represented by 2SO2O2 2SO3H 42 kilocalories, the forward reaction will be favored by A low temperature, B high pressure, C both A and B, D neither A nor B. The correct answer is both A and B. At triple point for one component system, vapor pressure of solid as compared to that of liquid will be A more, B less, C same, D more or less depending on the system. The correct answer is same. 4 kilograms moles of an ideal gas expands in vacuum spontaneously. The work done is A 4J, B, C 0, D 8J. The correct answer is 0. Compressibility factor, i.e. the ratio of actual volume of gas to the volume predicted by ideal gas law for all gases are A always greater than 1, B same at the same reduced temperature, C same at the same reduced pressure, D both up C. The correct answer is both up C. Which of the following is not correct for a reversible adiabatic process? A TV1 constant, B P1, Ty constant, C PV constant, D none of these. The correct answer is none of these. The efficiency of a Carnot heat engine operating between absolute temperatures T1 and T2 when T1 T2 is given by T1 T2 T1. The coefficient of performance COP of a Carnot heat pump operating between T1 and T2 is given by A T1 T1 T2, B T2 T1 T2, C T1 T2, D T2 R1. The correct answer is T1 T1 T2. Throttling Joule Thomson effect process is a constant process. A enthalpy, B entropy, C pressure, D none of these. The correct answer is enthalpy. Boiling of liquid is accompanied with increase in the A vapor pressure, B specific Gibbs free energy, C specific entropy, D all A, B and C. The correct answer is vapor pressure. Change of state, namely evaporation, condensation, freezing and melting, is an process. A isothermal, B adiabatic, C isobaric, D isochoric. The correct answer is isothermal. Which of the following is not an equation of state? A Berthollet equation, B Clausius-Clayperon equation, C Beatty-Bridgman equation, D none of these. The correct answer is Clausius-Clayperon equation. A gas shows deviation from ideal behavior at A low pressure and high temperature, B low pressure and low temperature, C low temperature and high pressure, D high temperature and high pressure. The correct answer is low temperature and high pressure. The difference between isothermal compressibility and adiabatic compressibility for an ideal gas is A0, BVE, CVE, D. The correct answer is V. The expression for entropy change given by SNR ln P2P1 holds good for A. Expansion of a real gas, B. Reversible isothermal volume change, C. Heating of an ideal gas, D. Cooling of a real gas. The correct answer is reversible isothermal volume change. With increase in temperature, the internal energy of a substance A. increases, B. decreases, C. remains unchanged, D. may increase or decrease, depends on the substance. The correct answer is increases. It is desired to bring about a certain change in the state of a system by performing work on the system under adiabatic conditions. A. The amount of work needed is path dependent. B. Work alone cannot bring out such a change of state. C. The amount of work needed is independent of path. D. More information is needed to conclude anything about the path dependence or otherwise of the work needed. The correct answer is the amount of work needed is path dependent.